Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2. Testing. Check 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 check. Hello hello. Testing 1 2 3 4. Narrator, to tell a story, for example, in speech or writing or by means of images, to give an account or description, to supply running commentary. That is the narrator, and that is what I'm going to try to do. Here I am in the wheel well, scraping off the undercoating to get ready for the new metal on that part of the walls. Here I am grinding down all the pieces and getting some metal exposed for a good welding surface. And this here is what I really decided to do it this way with the description. There seem to be some people asking about this, so here I am with a pre-bent, pre-notched piece of metal that I made in my thingy, and I'm getting the rounds correct and all the places of the particular bends that's supposed to be. So I cut it down to a little piece, and now I'm putting in the spurs so I could bend the bottom piece nicely, and mainly by hand. Why by hand? Because that makes a more rounder curve than something like this instead of a machine. Here I'm hammering out some of the other rounds to make it a whole lot nicer. Now I'm going to trim the end piece, which gets welded onto the pocket wall, and that'll make things a lot better. Now I got it clamped in to see how I'm doing with that. Then I'm doing the bends and the curves and using the water pump pliers and some things like that to make the metal match better with the old. I'm getting my distances right and making some more bends with the pliers in my hand. I'm holding that in there a little bit more now. Now I'm cutting the end pieces out so it's more rounded to the line that I put there from the original one. Checking, double checking, double checking, make little moves here and there. The original quarter panel was a little bent in, I noticed, so I bent that one back out to a better fit. And then you got a little uphill on the bottom there. That's part of the thing I was having trouble with, but I figured that one out to get it up on there right. After we get it in there and clamped in, then I'll start shaping it a little better. So I just shaped it there. There we go with the pliers, the water pump pliers, to get it to meet better. That was part of the problem. Having some of my iced tea. That there is making sure it's straight on down. Now I'm going to get it prepared to weld. And when you weld, you don't weld in the same spot a lot, unless it's cool. Tapping it there. Notice I'm going like from one side to the other. That's really the way to do it. You gotta have metal under there for Bondo. If you don't have the metal under there for Bondo, just globbing it in just will crack it, break it, and it'll all fall out piece by piece. You can't do that. You can't use too much Bondo. Bondo is made to go over metal. Now I'm shaping it down at the bottom to get that rounded part shaped a little better. And I'm using the pliers to hold it together with the little spurs that I had to cut and make. I'm pushing them out so I could weld that in a little more to fill in the holes. Then we're going to grind it down, get off all that hilly welds and re-weld again. Here I'm filling in with metal, just welds all together, which is basically the purpose of welding. Then we're going to grind it down a little more to get that all done. And now we're going to start bending our additional inside pieces And we only have 2 pieces to go with this. So we got this very large piece, which I tried to do it all in one shot, and it worked out pretty good. So I gotta bend it, shape it, kind of stick it over in there, and tie it in, and start hitting it with some welds. And see, we're bending it a little more. One little end there was giving me trouble. I know I had to fill that in, so I started with just tack welding it all around. Then we grind down the tack welds a bit, so I know what's around it, what's it going to be. We got this little piece here. We're going to tack it in at the end so I could bend it and shape it. And then I made it a little longer so I could hold it. So there's my pencil mark. Going to cut off that little piece there and tack it in, push it in towards where it meets the 2 metals. Then I'm going to tack it in at the end, and then I'll start going down the sides, the bottom and then the top. And then start going up the patchwork there to the new quarter, which is what's going on. There we go. Then we're going to grind that down a little bit so I can see how the rounded curve is going to go there. Then I'll start finishing up with that one, and that's it. Bye.